On today's episode of Inside the Blueprint, Merchants Automotive Group is making sure their fleet stays on the road. Leading Tax Group ensures individuals and businesses are not in trouble with Uncle Sam. Nano Dimension Ltd. is taking 3D printing to the next level. Plus, Dimetrix Inc. is taking us inside the world of cannabinoids. Let's go inside the blueprint. Since the beginning of commerce, transportation systems have been essential to business success. And today on Inside the Blueprint, we'll show how the fleet industry is something that touches us all as consumers.
What is fleet? It's a really simple concept once someone's explained it to you. So think of this, you're driving down the road later today, and all of a sudden you get passed by UPS or FedEx or Amazon or the US Postal Service, some of the largest fleets. But then you're getting close to your neighborhood and you see Joe's HVAC, Mario's Painting, you see a construction company. Those are equally fleets. Matter of fact, 1 out of 5 vehicles on the roads today are fleet vehicles, and they are doing essential services, making sure that we have everything in our homes, in our condos, in our lives that we need. They have to be managed. That's millions of vehicles across North America, and if we want to keep America moving, what do we have to do? We have to acquire the vehicles, register the vehicles, fuel the vehicles, maintain the vehicles, and most importantly, keep the driver and the other people on the road safe.
In today's business landscape, changes happen fast. Working with a fleet management company is the smartest, most efficient way to manage your fleet and ensure your company has the safest, most economical fleet possible. We focus on your vehicles so you can focus on running your business.
With more than 60 years of fleet experience, Merchants Fleet has been providing highly customized fleet management and fleet leasing solutions.
Merchants serves as a single source for all fleet needs across more than 20 unique industries, including product delivery companies, educational institutions, utility companies, and healthcare providers.
Clients know that if they choose Merchants, they're always going to be on the cutting edge of fleet. So what makes us unique is that we're really a values-driven organization, and there are 3 values that we operate by every single day, and that's service, flexibility, and innovation. We offer the most high-touch service in the industry, which means that our clients know that when they work with us, they have an assigned client representative that understands their fleet and understands them. We also are very flexible, and that's really can be flexibility in location, flexibility in term, and we offer the broadest set of services where clients can come to us and know that they can get access to anything they need for their fleet in one location. So they can buy from us, they can rent from us, they can lease from us, and we'll sell their vehicles on their behalf too. There might be times where they need more vehicles or they need fewer ones. And we have solutions for that, where we can offer them short-term leases or options where they're able to get vehicles for different periods of time and then get rid of them when they don't need them. When it comes to innovation, technology is really important to us, but it's more than just that. It's the way we think. It's the new offerings we provide. It's the solutions that we come up with for our clients.
Even during the toughest of times, Merchants innovated to create unique products.
Technology plays a major role in fleet. It's a critical component to successful fleet management. Fleet management is more than just logistics. It's also about providing companies with valuable data and analytics that allow them to become more and more efficient, safe, reliable, and environmentally friendly. Behind the millions of fleet vehicles on the road throughout the country are hundreds of people and millions of data points that keep those fleets running smoothly. With innovative tools like TotalView, Merchants makes critical data available from a simple dashboard where fleet managers can monitor things like operating expenses, driver safety, fuel management, vehicle diagnostics and admissions, and so much more. These kinds of powerful analytics allow our clients to ensure their fleets remain safe, sustainable, and cost-effective. Managing these costs aren't just important to fleet managers, they're also important to consumers as well, since transportation costs are reflected in the prices we all pay at the cash register.
Merchants Fleet is at the front line of fleet electrification, leveraging new technologies and adopting electric vehicles.
What's so different about electrification is it's not just about the vehicle. So the vehicle is totally different. You go from hundreds, thousands of mechanical parts to fewer. but it's also about the EV infrastructure. So one of the biggest challenges, especially in our geography here in the US, is range anxiety. Hey, I'm taking my kid to a lacrosse tournament this weekend, it's 300 miles away. So where are the chargers? So this is a complete transformation, not only of the technology of the vehicle, but of all the infrastructure. Once you make the transition, you never want to go back. As leaders in our company have made the transformation from ICE vehicles to electric vehicles themselves, it's made us a better service provider because we've seen the behavior change in us as individuals, the infrastructure change that our company needed to invest in, and we've seen the pros and the drawbacks, and that just has provided us with a new level of knowledge that we're able to apply to our clients across North America.
Having its mobility fleet 50% electric by 2025 and 50% of its clients' fleets electric by 2030, Merchants is showing its massive commitment towards sustainability.
As we talk about ESG versus EV, ESG is like the bigger umbrella over EV. EV being the electric vehicle, ESG being environmental, social, and governance. Now we're seeing this movement, and I say movement, it's a sustainability movement. And it's really being brought on by consumers that are saying, we want to buy from, work for, and work with companies that put sustainability at the top of their priority list.
No wonder Merchants Fleet is the nation's fastest growing fleet management company and has been selected as a 2022 U.S. Best Managed Company by Deloitte.
Important to any company is its vision, and our vision is to enable the movement of people, goods, and services freely and responsibly so we can keep America moving.
Find out more about how Merchants Fleet is innovating the fleet industry. Visit merchantsfleet.com. COVID-19 took a heavy toll on the world and our nation. The so-called COVID effect, with its confusing tax regulations, has left thousands of businesses unsure of directions to take and decisions to make. But one leading U.S. tax resolution firm is helping companies navigate these complicated waters. We traveled to L.A. to find out more.
The IRS was claiming that I owed them over $200,000. I was in a position to be paying that kind of money.
During the height of COVID, I was audited by the EDD, which is the California version of the IRS. It was incredibly stressful. I already had COVID, I had a small business that was closed for all that time.
There are many programs that can help a business that has suffered due to COVID. If the business had to close its doors, we would look at the financials of that business and determine if they qualify for an offer in compromise. Bottom line, if your business suffered from COVID, we can help.
COVID-19 has been absolutely devastating to businesses, and for the many that have owed for payroll and sales tax, we help get them back on track. First, we make sure to keep them protected from any collection action. Then we work on creating an arrangement that is affordable and on the right path moving forward. Then we work on fighting to remove any and all penalties based on reasonable cause and working on the interest on penalties as well.
They saved me around $200,000 in claimed taxes and late fees and penalties that the IRS told me that I owed. They were able to negotiate a monthly payment that was reasonable for me.
I contacted a number of different firms, and they all said, oh no, you need someone who really knows what they're doing, who's fought the IRS before, the EDD, and has been successful. I found Leading Tax Group. I'm so incredibly thankful. They treated me with dignity. It was a very, very stressful time, and they were incredible. We were wildly successful in our defense, and I'm so incredibly thankful.
The U.S. Congress recently approved an IRS budget increase of $675 million. A greater IRS operating budget means, among other things, the likelihood of more aggressive tax collection enforcement, including audits, both individual and business.
Working for the IRS for over 34 years, I have vast experience with audits that include small businesses to billion-dollar corporations. Many have significant losses. Many had their businesses closed or shut down due to the government mandate, including the IRS and state. Listen, red flags trigger audits. If you or your business is selected for an audit, contact us to determine your options.
Before coming to Leading Tax Group, I was knee-deep in a lot of IRS debt. There was a lot of issues that I had to take care of, and I knew I needed to find the right team to do this. Without Leading Tax Group, my life would actually be way more stressful, and they have helped me throughout this whole 7 years of, finding the right way and being in compliance with the IRS.
In business, nothing leads to more success than knowledge and experience. With a former IRS attorney now working on behalf of leading tax group clients, having both is a huge plus.
As a former IRS tax attorney, I've seen the IRS shut down businesses and seize assets when the business has fallen behind in income or payroll taxes. If your business is behind, reach out now before you run out of options.
I accumulated a couple tax debts from the IRS. We came to Leading Tax Group, presented them with my case, let them know it was 10 years of tax problems with the IRS and the state. Any step of the way, anything they needed, they immediately sent me an email, or I got a call from one of the employees letting me know what they needed. So they were on top of it. I never had to call them. They got that 6-digit debt erased from the state, and the state sent me a check for $600. It was just a weight off me that had been lingering for 10 years, that had gotten worse and worse, and my options were running out. And also, it saved me from having to get divorced from my wife. Didn't have to get divorced.
Leading Tax Group is not a law firm. We bring more to the table than any law firm. I'm a tax attorney, but Leading Tax Group consists of not just tax attorneys, but also CPAs, enrolled agents, state and local tax experts, and a retired IRS auditor that brings unparalleled knowledge and experience to the table. We assign an entire team of experts to assure the very best results for you.
The need for honest and thorough tax resolution with the IRS or state-related tax agencies can and does occur anywhere. From coast to coast, the need is real. For American businesses, the demand is now.
LTG helps businesses throughout the nation and the world. With 13 offices in the U.S., this makes it easy to work with our team wherever you are. Our clients are never in the dark as they're updated on their case every 7 to 14 days. Our practitioners go back and forth as many times as it takes to get the lowest possible settlement by law. We like to say, don't stick your head in the sand because the IRS owns the beach. When this happens, we get you protected from day one. We take the tax problem off your plate so that you can focus on growing your business. We can stabilize the tax issue immediately while we apply our wares to get you the best possible settlement.
All tax resolution firms are not created equal.
We don't hire rookies. For example, our managing tax attorney has 40 years of vast experience. We have a retired IRS auditor with 34 years of experience. We assign top talent, and that yields top results. If we can't help you, we'll point you in the right direction at no cost.
If you or your business are facing IRS or state-related tax issues and need immediate tax resolution answers, visit leadingtaxgroup.com. And for the latest B2B news and views, visit us at insidetheblueprint.com. It's a cutting-edge technology, one producing complex three-dimensional shapes and geometries. 21st century engineering changing the face of manufacturing, the processes by how today's most advanced consumer and industrial products are made. And one pioneering Boston area company is leading the way in research, design, and manufacturing, meeting market demand and delivery to a diverse range of customers and industries. Meet Nano Dimension, located in the heart of Boston's high-tech corridor and the forefront of 3D printing.
3D printing is an additive fabrication process. So instead of taking material away like you would with traditional subtractive manufacturing, you are adding material. The primary benefit is the geometry of your part. So you can access much more complex geometries with 3D printing than you can with traditional subtractive manufacturing. So when we think about additive manufacturing of electronics, or AME, and we think about those complex geometries, what we move towards are complex electromechanical systems that can be printed in one go. So if you think about a hearing aid, it's pretty complicated if you make it with subtractive manufacturing. So you have to manufacture a housing that's custom to somebody's ear, tiny electronics that all have to be soldered together and put in that housing. If we think about 3D printing a hearing aid, We press print. As soon as the print is done, we can take that hearing aid off the printer and hand it to a doctor to be fitted to a patient.
The legacy high-mix, low-volume manufacturing industries are generally manual. They're unsecure, wasteful, and not always environmentally friendly, and in electronics, they're 2D by nature. Our company is reinventing manufacturing by moving to a digital process. This is going to allow you to protect IP, automate much of the process with intelligent machine learning, where computers are performing closed-loop feedback processes versus human intervention. Think about an entire factory in a box. And sustainability. We don't have much in the way of waste, and we don't use water in processing. Speed and time to market with prototypes. By having manufacturing close by to the OEM, think onshore versus offshore. And you now have the ability to design truly and build in 3D.
Nano Dimension is unusual in that it has originally developed a method of producing a part virtually within hours of the concept. Now, by using deep learning, artificial intelligence, and technologies from a variety of other industries and partners and investments to produce an electronic part by green techniques, without the hazardous chemicals used, without the need for waste treatment of other methods.
With 82% less chemicals, 98% less raw materials, energy use down 57%, and 99% less waste, Nano Dimension's commitment to going green is a positive contribution in helping reach net zero emissions by 2050. Environmental friendly manufacturing is in this company's DNA.
By 3D printing, one of the advantages is that they can produce very precise parts and include, as part of the manufacturing process, components such as antennas, resistors, or capacitors, instead of separate components which have to be added and then soldered to it. Now, to make these will require a great deal of cooperative work, investments with other companies, research and development, and something called cyber physics. This is the combination of artificial intelligence controlling real-world electromechanical devices and robotics to produce a part from nothing and build it up layer by layer by layer until you have a finished part ready for testing or surface installation.
Boston, famous for world-class universities and its strong ties to high tech. University of Massachusetts at Lowell director Bradley Mingles shares his thoughts on 3D design and development.
What Nano Dimension is doing is it's giving us the ability to do an on-demand manufacturing. It's never going to be one technology additive or one technology subtractive. It's going to be some combination of all of these things that either exist or are starting to get developed or are being developed. That's the real magic, that type of on-demand, what you want, exactly what you want, when you want it, that's going to give us a competitive advantage, and more importantly, a sustainable competitive advantage.
Nano Dimension is a publicly traded company that raised $1.5 billion. Investors were interested in Nano Dimension because they know that the electronics manufacturing realm has not changed significantly over the past 60 years. So Nano Dimension is working furiously towards creating the technology that we need in order to move the electronics manufacturing industry forward. When you're trying to create global institutional change, technology is only a piece of the puzzle, and the other piece of the puzzle is people. So as the academic program manager, it is my job to partner with academic institutions, generally of higher ed, to ensure that they have access to our technology and to ensure that they're able to incorporate our technology into their curriculum.
We're never going to be able to compete on a straight-up workforce playing field with Asian manufacturers. Our workforce is 10 times smaller. We're just not going to be able to do that. So we have to do things better, faster, smarter. And in order to do that, technologies like the Nano Dragonfly, which allow us to take a traditional PC board manufacturing process, which can be weeks, and reduce that to days or even hours.
If you are interested in incorporating 3D design into what you do, because it has improved upon every other industry on this planet, then Nano Dimension is the partner for you, and you should start today.
For more information on the multiple benefits Nano Dimension's 3D printing industry-leading expertise will bring your business, visit nano-di.com. That's nano-di.com. For thousands of years, the cannabis sativa plant has been used for health purposes. There are records of medicinal use in China dating back to 3000 BC. In the late 19th century, cannabis became a popular ingredient in many medicinal products and was sold openly in public pharmacies where sellers touted benefits including pain relief, digestive issues, and psychological disorders.
Cannabinoids are a class of about 100 different compounds that are found only in the plant cannabis. Most people are familiar with THC and CBD. Those are the most produced in the plant, and it turns out that there are about 160 other different rare cannabinoids that are produced by the plant in very, very small quantities. Now we're starting to understand the potential of these rare cannabinoids to help people live happier, healthier lives.
Our endocannabinoid system in our body helps us to maintain balance by interacting with all kinds of receptors that are running throughout our body. And what this system does is it turns off and on these receptors, which controls our bodily processes down to the cellular level. Every day, we come into contact with all kinds of different stressors. This throws our body off of balance. This can manifest into all kinds of conditions, whether it's skin issues, rashes, etc. And it can even go into more chronic conditions such as arthritis and even cardiovascular disease.
But the big question, are cannabinoids illegal?
Most people think cannabinoids are illegal because they think of the psychoactive cannabinoids like THC. However, there's just very few that are psychoactive out of the 100+ that the plant produces. Governments all around the world, including the US and countries in Europe, are now deregulating the non-psychoactive cannabinoids because research and understanding is finding that these cannabinoids have very interesting health benefits.
Demetrix has established itself as one of the leaders in cannabinoids through its groundbreaking fermentation technology.
Fermentation is actually not a new way to make ingredients. Fermentation has been around for thousands of years to make very many common household foods. Nowadays, with recent advancements in technology, fermentation gives us sustainable access to rare ingredients like cannabinoids.
It turns out that plants make a number of rare compounds that are simply inaccessible.
In the plant, these cannabinoids are so rare that we simply can't even extract them out of the plant in any substantial amount.
We use our technology to make those compounds accessible and to study them to figure out what their applications are going to be.
Fermentation is a scalable and controllable process, which enables us to generate high quantities of rare ingredients in a sustainable fashion.
This type of fermentation production allows Demetrix to make the rarest cannabinoid at high purity and in large quantities while maintaining an affordable cost.
The way we achieve high purity is that we use tightly controlled environment for fermentation, and also we use consistent method of production. I get the question a lot, do we use the plant in any way? The answer is no. We make our rare cannabinoids through fermentation with microorganisms, therefore we don't need the plant material in this process.
Demetrix is providing access to rare cannabinoids and leading thoughtful research. This will help us discover the unique benefits of many of these ingredients.
Demetrix's research process is founded on 3 key questions. The first is, do these cannabinoids actually interact with the human body in a positive way? The second is, are they different from each other in how they interact with the body and help us? And the third and most important is, are they safe to use? Through our research, what we have found is it's a resounding yes for all 3 of these questions. Many of the common benefits people know about cannabinoids are antioxidants and anti-inflammatories. Our research is showing that they're also very interesting antimicrobials and can help in other aspects such as helping to regulate sleep-wake cycle and digestive support. Every cannabinoid that we have studied so far has shown a specific fingerprint of its own and how it interacts with our bodies, which means we have a tremendous rich pool of new bioactive ingredients that come from nature to help people promote health and wellness.
Our first product is Arete G, which is CBG or cannabigerol. This product can be produced sustainably at very high purities anywhere in the world through our fermentation process.
Arete G is different because using our fermentation process, we don't ever produce any THC. We can also produce it at really high purity levels, and it's free from many of the impurities that you often find with plant-extracted cannabigerol.
Arete G, this highly pure form of cannabigerol, or CBG, has shown many promising benefits.
For topical applications, such as putting it on your skin, we find that it's a really strong anti-inflammatory. On top of that, it shows interesting antimicrobial activity for the fungus and other microbes that are linked to dandruff, as well as promoting better oral care.
With all the growing concerns surrounding chemicals and products, many people are looking into more natural products made with cannabinoids.
Consumers around the world are looking for clean label, natural ingredient products that actually deliver results. What we're doing is we're providing those ingredients, and this includes Arete G. And the reason this is important is because we're bombarded every day with the chemicals that we come in contact with and the products we use, as well as just stressors in our life. By going back to nature and using science to better utilize what nature gives to us, we can lead healthier and happier lives.
We believe that science has the power to make the world a better place, and it's the wonder of science that drives everything we do.
To find out more about how Demetrix is innovating the cannabinoid industry, visit Demetrix.com. Thanks for watching Inside the Blueprint. For more information on any of the products you saw today, or to find out how to become part of the show, please visit InsideTheBlueprint.com.